I'd never gone to a therapist, ever.
Oprah is opening up in a brand new interview. We've got your first look.
We've got exclusive, never-before-seen footage of the late Oscar-winning actor Heath Ledger as his life is celebrated in a new documentary.
We're going to be in a padded room wearing helmets. And that's basically it.
Wait until you hear what kinds of plans Drew is making for his big bachelor party.
Tori and Dean settle in with baby number 5, but are more kids in their future.
I love being in my 30s. I am very comfortable in my own skin.
It's because it's nice and loose.
I'm seriously gonna kill you.
Your favorite 90s TV stars are starring in a new show, and they are sharing their favorite 90s memories.
A lot of butterfly, the Delia's catalog.
Spice. Delia's catalog.
Oh my God, it's amazing.
Spice. Lip liner.
Spice lip liner.
Spice.
Yes.
I'm bringing Spice and Black Honey back.
Hey, good morning, guys. Welcome to People Now, Facebook Live, and People.com. We have lots to get to today, including some 90s nostalgia with the cast of Hollywood darlings Beverly Mitchell, Jodie Sweetin, and Christine Lakin, throwing it back to their child star days. They're opening up about their new show. In honor of that, our Facebook question of the day for today: what's your favorite 90s TV show? We want to hear from you. Let us know in the comments. We'll get to those live in the show a little later, but first, here's what you need to know and what's trending today. Friends and family are exclusively opening up about the late Heath Ledger in this week's issue of People. New footage of the young, seemingly carefree Oscar-winning actor will be included in a new documentary about Heath at the Tribeca Film Festival, and his family and friends are speaking out for the first time as they open up 9 years after Heath's tragic death. One of Heath's friends, Ben Harper, explains the way Ledger had approached life, saying if it wasn't on the edge, it didn't interest him. If there wasn't risk involved, he had no time for it. And Heath's sister, Kate, is giving us an insight into Heath's final days, recalling the last time she spoke with her brother, saying the night before he passed, we were joking and laughing because he was threatening to take our little sister to get her nose pierced. And then he said, I've got to go. I'll call you at 8:30 in the morning. And I told him, I love you. And that was it. Here's your exclusive first look at the People Entertainment Weekly Network special on the late actor, and you can watch the entire special on Penn right now. Watch this.
Something that the director said to me, Derek Murray, was that he almost felt that Heath was his co-director while making this documentary, because there's so much of his voice and his own self. And even Heath's sister told me that in a way she felt that he was making it for Matilda, that when Matilda sees this movie someday, she'll sort of see her father in a new light.
It has a deeply tragic ending to lose such a talented and gifted individual like Heath at 28. But I still feel it's an inspirational story. And I think that, for all of us, is something that maybe sometimes we lose sight of the fact that we can actually, you know, if we dream something, if we follow it, if we have a passion for it, we should just go for it. Heath did.
Really interesting footage there. For much more on Heath Ledger's life and tragic death, be sure to watch People cover story Heath Ledger, streaming now on the People Entertainment Weekly app. And now moving on to this. Watch.
Go healer, that's my mother. Hope I don't regret this.
That's Oprah Winfrey, starring in HBO's upcoming film, The Immortal Life of Henrietta Lacks. And Winfrey just sat down with People's editor-in-chief, Jess Cagle, where she talks jumping back into acting and finally finding peace within herself. Explaining in the interview, I honestly feel that I no longer have anything to prove. I no longer feel that I'm in a position that I have to top anything anymore. I really feel like if I don't do another thing, it's okay. You know, I totally agree with her. She's done it all. Plus, the former talk show host also reveals that although she suffered physical abuse when she was young, she's never been to therapy. Watch what she had to say.
I'd never gone to a therapist, ever. But I had so many therapists sitting in the chair across from me that I just sort of took it in. I took it in. And so the Oprah Winfrey show was my greatest therapy. It was the greatest teaching, it was the greatest classroom, and it was my greatest therapy. I came out of it a better human being, having listened to everybody's stories and like, don't want to go down that road. I saw what happened to that lady. I heard what he said. You know, so I had multiple lessons. So I've done a great deal of healing sitting on the other side of that microphone.
And you can watch the entire Jess Cagle interview with Oprah Winfrey streaming on the People Entertainment Weekly Network right now.
I think it's going to be like Bridesmaids because it's time to party!
Party!
Remember that scene in Cocoon when all the old people are like sitting around? I kind of picture. Yeah, that's what it's going to be. Yeah,
quite the rage.
It'll be my first chance to get sleep because we've been filming nonstop.
Yeah, I spent an afternoon with those two. I can guarantee their lives are nothing like Cocoon. When Property Brothers stars Jonathan and Drew Scott just stopped by the People Now studios, they opened up about Drew's engagement to his longtime girlfriend Linda and dished on what's in store for Drew's bachelor party. I think the details are going to surprise you. Take a look. Is this going to be like super extreme, crazy, let's go, jump out of a plane or something?
You know,
or
here's the tricky thing is the insurance that the network has on me won't allow me to do that. When you host as many shows as we do on a TV network, you're not allowed to do certain extreme things.
You literally can't do much. So it's going to be like you've got a house in Vegas, maybe everyone just comes there for a pool party.
We're going to be in a padded room wearing helmets. And that's basically having no, we can have fun. So, whether it's trapezing, whether it's like trampoline, dodgeball, I mean, American Ninja Warrior training camp. Oh, whatever it is, I want something fun. Are you willing to jump out of a cake?
Yeah, right, okay. That really went up the ante here.
No, there's going to be a lot of excitement. In fact, we were just in Barcelona for one of our high school friends' bachelor parties, and at first I was thinking, I was going to be drinking and going wild, but we were doing like go-kart racing and Segway tours. I still don't know how I feel about the Segway thing. It was funny. It was almost like it was either a 12-year-old birthday party or a bachelor party. Like it was
in Barcelona.
In Barcelona. So,
it's yeah. I thought you were going to say like art exhibits and stuff. Like you could do go-karting in like Valencia. You don't have to go to Barcelona.
But in Barcelona, they take off the restriction on the speed, so it was fun.
You guys are social media kings. You do it really well. But it's, maybe it's so strategic that perhaps will there be a rule for your bachelor party, like phones off?
Oh no!
Of how crazy
for me, I mean, we're always that's why our fans love us, and they're like extended family to us.
Drew's
so we
probably
post
gonna
everything.
invite all the fans
to the bachelor party. You guys want to come to my bachelor party? Come on.
Well, be there. Be careful. You might just get your wish. People start showing up. Take a look at this, guys.
I think it made a more fun performance, the fact that I was pregnant, because I was in such a good mood all the time that I'm playing someone who, yes, is going through a struggle in her life, and her struggle is very much related to alcohol, but she's not a depressing character, and this isn't a depressing story. And I think the fact that I was just like literally full of life, I don't know, created a richer character.
And good for you, Anne Hathaway, taking her pregnancy in stride for her new movie, Colossal. It follows the story of a woman who discovers that catastrophic events that are going on are somehow connected to her mental breakdown. Hathaway says she didn't necessarily plan on being pregnant while shooting the movie, but she took it all in stride. Watch this.
When I found out that I was pregnant, one of the thoughts was, oh, I have a film that I'm supposed to be shooting this October. How is this going to impact that? And I told Nacho, and he was totally cool with it. He was like, this is perfect. You're playing a drunk, and you just look really bloated. It's going to be fine. And it was so much fun, actually, because vanity went out the window. I got really into it. It informed so many things about how the character would dress. And there was no drawbacks. Maybe like the second to last night, we had to shoot a whole night, and I was really tired, like so tired. And that was the only night where I was like, I should be at home right now, sleeping with my feet in cozy socks. But I got over it and did my job.
All right, let's check in with Facebook Live in honor of some of our favorite 90s stars, Beverly Mitchell, Jodie Sweetin, and Christine Lakin's new show, Hollywood Darlings. We want to know what your favorite 90s show is.
Francel says Beverly Hills 90210, my fave TV show in the 90s. That's a good one.
Okay, Edward says my favorite TV show from the 90s is Fresh Prince of Bel-Air in West Philadelphia. Born right. That's a good one.
I'm going to say Step by Step, which we just saw there
nice.
with Urkel. Yeah, Family Matters for sure. All right, keep those Facebook comments coming in. We can't wait to read more of those a little later in the show. Check in with you again soon. But first, Andrea Boehlke, more trending news.
Yes, well, one of Hollywood's most talked about couples kicks off today's edition of Star Treks. This week's People has an exclusive with Tori Spelling and Dean McDermott talking about their latest bundle of joy. After weathering a cheating scandal, Tori and Dean welcomed their adorable baby boy, Beau Dean McDermott, on March 2nd, 2017. Dean and Tori now have 5 children, ranging in age from 5 weeks old to 10 years old, and Dean also has an 18-year-old son from a previous marriage. The pair opened up about how they've recovered from Dean's cheating scandal, Tori revealing, "Everyone was saying, divorce him. Why is she staying with him? That is weak. But my gut instincts just shut it all out. I want to try to do that." After Tori discovered Dean was cheating, the couple underwent intense marriage counseling, and McDermott entered rehab for sex addiction. Tori says, "We worked on everything. The relationship as we knew it died. We had to bury that and start new." Dean, fighting back tears, revealing, "I am so blessed and lucky that she never walked away, because now we have this incredible relationship and I can't imagine life without Bo." And believe it or not, the Happy family says they may not be done expanding their brood. Tori says, "All my kids have their little pair, so I would be open to one more, but whatever is meant to be is meant to be." Well, whatever they decide, they are already a very beautiful family. Congratulations to Tori and Dean.
I think both the blessing and the curse of being in this industry is that people want to know about you and what it is that you do and have done, the good and the bad. And what that affords you is the opportunity to be able to share those things and to, you know, grow with people and in front of people. I love taking, you know, the good stuff and the bad stuff I've been through and being able to share it with people. You know, if nothing else, being in the limelight, it gives you a platform to really speak about some of the things that you believe in, and I love to do that.
Well, that's Fuller House star Jodie Sweetin talking about the good and the bad that comes with being a child star in Hollywood. Jodie is starring alongside Christine Lakin from Step by Step and Beverly Mitchell from Seventh Heaven in the new show on Pop TV called Hollywood Darlings, which premieres tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern. The unscripted docu-comedy series follows the three 90s child stars navigating life as moms, wives, and working women. Now take a look at what they had to say about the new show that we cannot wait to watch.
Oh, you guys, this is my new favorite drink. It's totally detoxifying. It's made with charcoal.
Well, I mean, this show is something that's really different for all three of us. It's an improvised comedy, so, you know, we created really fun storylines and, you know, took versions of ourselves in situations that, you know, maybe we've been in a certain way and then just like cranked it up to 11 and really had fun with it.
I love being in my 30s. I am very comfortable in my own skin.
It's because it's nice and loose.
I'm seriously gonna kill you.
And got to improvise and play and use sort of that skill that you don't get to use a lot on scripted television shows, you know, where it's like, all right, here's what we're gonna do and let's just play and do it.
And all of our guest stars were so excited to come and to just like,
I think they were all kind of nervous
like,
at first.
I know, they were all a
They were
little
like,
scared.
wait,
They're
there's
like,
not a script? Like, what do we say? And we're like, you'll be fine.
You're one yay from Boys to Men.
I come here to get centered and focused.
Yeah, like, you can curse. It's fine.
It literally was funny because when everybody was done, they're always like,
when are you doing more? This was so great.
This is so fun. We want to do this. And they're like, this is the best show ever. We're like, we know.
Yeah, it was really fun.
I think it feels like Modern Family if Modern Family were completely improvised.
Well, and we all just cannot get enough of the 90s. So let's see what Christine, Jodie, and Beverly think of when they look back to that awesome decade. Watch.
I just remember being awkward in the 90s. And I think it's still carried on till now.
I feel like the 90s, like for me, when I think about it, it's like, in some ways it was sort of a simpler time. You know, we didn't have, not every person had a cell phone. Like,
I had an awesome pager though.
Awesome pager.
Like the clear, like a cranberry colored see-through pager.
Gross.
It was kind of amazing.
Screech, the Hanson brothers, Cody from Step by Step.
I guess the Hansons would be interesting because there's 3 of them.
But like with dial-up, like it would take, you know, 15 minutes to download one picture, so you weren't really behind your computer all that often. You were actually like still connecting. It was before 9/11. I don't know, there were things that were just like, it was a little bit simpler, I think, for all of us.
I feel the 90s, I feel like, when I think of the 90s, I think of flannel and the band Bush.
Don't let the days go.
That's just like what like Gavin Rossdale and Bush and the movie Romeo and Juliet. That's instantly where I go.
I think of a lot of like butterfly clips.
A lot of butterfly, the Delia's catalog.
Spice.
Delia's catalog.
Oh my God, it was amazing.
Spice.
Lip liner.
Spice lip liner.
Spice.
Yes.
I'm bringing Spice and Black Honey back. The best part about, I think, being in the limelight when I was younger, for me, definitely one of the perks was meeting other celebrities. I was a huge Friends fan, like still am. I think I've seen every episode like 4 or 5 times. Not a stalker at all about Friends at all. But the camera guys that worked on Step by Step also did Friends. And so they would ask if I wanted to come down and watch like a camera blocking, which I did several times. Sometimes with my friends from Atlanta who would come in town. And just to like, I mean, just to meet them, I felt like they could really be my friends. I mean, I still feel that way. Jennifer Aniston, do you want to grab coffee? Like, I would love to. It's anytime, really. And I'm very free.
We're laying low and we're staying out of trouble.
That's right. We see trouble, we turn around and walk the other way. We are out of the business.
Is this real, right?
Get excited, people. Netflix has released the first clip and images from season 5 of their hit show Orange is the New Black. This new season takes place in real time over the course of just 3 days and shows how the women and employees of Litchfield Prison handle a prison riot and violent confrontation in the wake of an inmate's tragic death. Here's a little more of a sneak peek.
This is a real riot. If this is a real riot, do you think this is a step forward or backwards for equality?
I don't care. We're getting out of here now. Come on. Are you kidding me? Come on.
To see what happens to Piper, Alex, and the rest of the gang, be sure to watch season 5 of Orange is the New Black, streaming on Netflix starting June 9th. And those are your Star Tracks for today.
Stay with us, guys. Disney star Sofia Carson is opening up about her own personal love life. Plus, we've got a sneak peek of tonight's episode of Total Divas. Don't go anywhere.
This is King Cutie in People. His Royal Highness Prince George Alexander Louis of Cambridge. These are George's parents, George's home, his Nana, the Queen, and his staff of 644 Englishmen. This is George's dog Lupo, who inspired his favorite book, The Adventures of the Royal Dog Lupo, one George will share now that he's a big brother. People. The details make the story. Don't miss this week's People.
We would have movie night where Kenny would, we would all get together at one of the rooms in the hotel, and we'd watch a movie that was some way inspired or would inspire us for Descendants. We would all get together, have candy and popcorn, and just all be a family, and that was always really awesome.
And you still are in touch with everybody?
Absolutely, yeah. Well, we started press for the film recently, so we have been together quite often. We saw the movie for the first time last week, which was such an amazing
Was it weird to watch yourself, or
it's always weird to watch
Yeah.
yourself. The first time I had to kind of absorb it and then watch it one more time to really understand what was going on. But it's just so special whenever we get to be together.
Yeah, is there any, I just imagine there being this epic group text.
There actually is. There's a group text that, if we ever find a really bad photo of the 4 of us, we'll have it in that group. We all look really good here.
Yeah.
Or just funny things that happen to us. We always keep in touch through there.
That's Disney star Sofia Carson talking about the close bond she has with her Descendants 2 stars. The Disney Channel movie premieres this summer, but when I just chatted with the triple threat, I had to ask about her friend and co-star Dove Cameron, who recently revealed she's dating another Descendants 2 star, Thomas Doherty. Take a look.
Absolutely. From the very beginning, there was definitely chemistry there, and she's very happy, so we're all happy she's happy.
Did you guys know what was going on, or was it kind of secret?
It was secret to everyone else but me.
Oh.
Yeah, she was for a while it was a secret that she wanted to keep, and then it was also kind of obvious. She was trying to keep it a secret, but it was very obvious as well.
Yeah, and now with all the pictures, of course,
yeah,
on
absolutely.
media, now, does it get your stamp of approval?
As long as she's happy, I'm happy, is what I always say. Whether it's Thomas or whoever it may be, as long as she's happy, I'm happy.
Yeah, I love that. So it's got to be hard dating and in the spotlight.
Yes.
How do you deal with that or approach that? Because it's not, I'm sure every time there's a picture with somebody, everyone's talking about it, and it's probably really hard to deal with.
Yeah, it's been okay so far. I go out on dates and I date, and I don't know, I think the key for me is privacy. I think it's easier than you would think to keep things private. I think the second you post a photo, then you're obviously announcing to the world. But I think privacy is really important to me. So my relationships, my friendships, I like to keep very private, just so it's, just for me.
Olympic figure skater Nancy Kerrigan has been shining on Dancing with the Stars this season, but now the icon is opening up to the People Entertainment Weekly Network about her years of pain. Everything from dealing with anorexia to her fertility struggles. Watch this moment from the special, streaming now.
When people don't talk about struggles and getting pregnant and losing pregnancies and fertility, and there was some sort of shame in it, I think I felt, and that's sad because that's another stress that can contribute to not being able to have a child.
Nancy ended up going through in vitro fertilization to get pregnant with her second child, and they went through the same process as they were preparing to have a third.
I think talking about any issue makes things less stressful, and it helps you to realize you're not the only one, and other people go through the same things. And I mean, if you're going through something, reality check is that you're probably not the only one.
This is Jennifer Lawrence in People. This is Jennifer photobombing Taylor Swift, and Sarah Jessica Parker and Liam Hemsworth, proving that while we all love the fashion of the red carpet, it's people who steal the show. People. The details make the story.
It's been more than 30 years since Cheryl Pearson Cuccio made headlines when she asked a classmate to kill her abusive father. And in this week's People, Cheryl is breaking her silence in hopes that her story will help others. We've got your exclusive sneak peek of Penn's interview with her right now. Watch.
He made sure that when I got back to the house, it would only be 8 o'clock, but the house would be dark. And there's my sister's little head on his bare chest, and he would just smirk at me. And that was his way of telling me, like, you keep going out, and that's what's gonna happen. I had promised my mother the day that she had died that I would always protect my sister no matter what, that I would not allow him to do it, no matter what it took.
And tough story. Moving on to this, it's hard to believe it's been 10 years since the Virginia Tech shooting, and in this week's People, Lori Haas is opening up about her continued fight to prevent the next school massacre 10 years after her own daughter was shot and injured in that shooting. Watch this.
The first thing I did was a press conference in October of 2007, so it was just a short 6 months after the tragedy that I stepped out publicly.
My name is Lori Haas. I'm the mother of a survivor of the tragedy at Virginia Tech. Do a background check on all transactions.
Andy and I both did that press conference and then began visiting legislators at the Virginia General Assembly.
Part of what we do is try to keep good things in place. Part of what we do is advocate for where there are still gaps or holes to get those filled in. And background checks is kind of the main one that we work on now.
In Virginia, you can't get a puppy at the pound without a background check. But you could go on the street corner, to a gun show, to your neighbors, you can go online and you can buy all the weaponry, all the firearms you want. No questions asked.
This is Jennifer Aniston, who told People her beauty secret. It's called water. This is Julia Roberts, who confessed her $1 million beauty treatment. It's called sleep. This is Courtney, who escapes to the spa. And Michelle, who swears by good lighting. And this is Beyonce, who woke up like this. These are People's insider trading tips to beauty from the world's most beautiful. People. The details make the story. Don't miss this week's People.
Well, actually, yeah, well, one, you did miss the call, and then they didn't even want to do the call because you weren't on it. They wanted to talk to both of us.
Literally in your hotel, there's zero Wi-Fi.
Breathe, no, it's not excusable. You should have went to Starbucks or something. Like, I understand you want to be on the road with Brian, but you have to get your priorities straight. You have to.
Oh my goodness, looks like some trouble for the Bella twins. That is a sneak peek of tonight's episode of Total Divas. The hit E! reality show airs Wednesday nights at 9 p.m. Eastern and is also our Toyota People pick of the day. So, when Nikki Bella stopped by the People Now studios, Andrea and I had to ask about the reality star's difficult return to the WWE stage following a neck injury. What will this mean for the rest of the season? Watch.
One thing that I found like so crazy that I never thought would happen, it's like I healed and I'm like, hey guys, I'm back. And then all the girls be like, oh yeah, we don't want to work with you. Like, I don't want to re-injure you. And that kind of took me by surprise because I was like, wait, what? I have just had the toughest journey of my life. I came back in a record time and now people don't want to get in the ring with me. So you see that over the next 6 episodes. And then when I finally get a debut at SummerSlam, which was last August, and that was an incredible moment. I literally was told, like, you have that 1% chance of getting back in that ring, and when I did, ooh.
I mean, you're clearly very passionate about, you know, your career. What attracts you to this lifestyle in general?
You know, I want to say it's the fans. It is the energy. There is nothing like when you walk down that ramp with the WWE Universe and they're booing you or they're cheering you, and then whatever you do in that ring, they're reacting to it. It really is this Broadway with body slams, and I like having that connection with people in a live crowd. I think that's why you see Dwayne Johnson come back so much, because there's just something about it. And honestly, to be a woman and be able to wrestle is so kick butt. Like, it is the best thing ever. It's like, yeah, look what I can do. It makes me really proud.
Nikki Bella!
How do you stay grounded with all the competition and everything and all the fans?
Yeah, I have to say it's my family. I feel very fortunate because I have a twin sister. So for me,
Not that I like to say I've had competition my whole life, but I never have felt the need to compete against another girl because I always had another girl with me. So when I see women fight instead of like lift each other up, I never understand it because I know that when I didn't get things that my sister did, I'd be like, that's so awesome, and my sister would be like, you'll get them next time, and then when it was vice versa, and I don't know if I was just fortunate enough to have that identical twin, and my family, if I ever thought that I was cool for 1 second for what I do, my cousins would put me into check real quick. Like, no, you're Nicole Garcia Colas, like, don't even think about it. But I love that. Like, it's just, it's nice when you could go back to your roots and just be like, whoa, I'm just a normal human being.
She's really great. Tammy here was saying that she thought the Bella twins were retiring. What Nikki told us, though, I think what Tammy's referring to, Nikki told us that she's taking some time off to help that neck injury.
Yes. So
the series is going to show us the build up to that moment. So there's a lot going on there. All right, but we're checking in with Facebook, throwing it back today with some nostalgia. Want to know what your favorite 90s TV show is.
Yes.
And so
Justin loved the 90s. He listed Blossom, Saved by the Bell, Boy Meets World, and more as his favorite shows. I know.
Every great show, almost. Laura says, my favorite 90s TV show was 30-something, but our household's favorite was Full House.
Okay, Sarah says Friends. That's a good one.
Yeah, Charlie says Seinfeld is the greatest show of the 90s and of all time, and we agree.
We agree, we agree.
And Kelly said Friends as well. Best show ever. Okay, we agree with that too.
Yes.
Every one of them.
Every single one.
Watch them all on Hulu.
Bring them all back.
Bring them all back. Thanks to all of you for tuning in and commenting. Make sure to watch People Now tomorrow at 8:30 in the morning. Carrie Underwood reveals what it's like to have her son as her workout buddy. Plus, WWE superstar Natalya will be live in our studio talking all things Nikki Bella and the new season of Total Divas.
Yes, thank you so much for watching. For now, we leave you with an exclusive clip from tonight's episode of Survivor. Also, make sure to check out Penn Fan Forum Survivor, which I will be hosting right after tonight's brand new episode. Woo! See you there.
Bye, guys.
Hey, YouTube! Don't forget to like this video and leave a comment if you enjoyed it. And for more People Now, click on the subscribe button down here.
And check out more great video right now by clicking on one of these links.